Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing just a quick little video. Going to be continuing with the Q&A, which I started about last week. I did part 12. So this one will be part 13, continuing to answer your guys' questions. Alright, so I feel like before we get into the answers, I need to address the video that I released yesterday talking about whether or not Daryl is gay. So it's a fun video topic, but anytime you get into that type of territory where you're talking about something like that, it's a touchy subject. Some people get offended very quickly, regardless of what you say. It's almost one of those null issues that you don't even want to touch or talk about. So, but it was a viewer-requested topic, and, you know, it makes sense for his character because we really don't know. We haven't seen much from his, in terms of his sexuality thus far. So I did it as a viewer-requested topic. With the intro, was just having some fun there. You know, if anything, some people, you know, found it to be offensive. Well, basically what I'm trying to say is don't. Because if anything, I'm making fun of this guy right here. I'm making fun of myself. I'm just being playful, having some fun. I've done it in the past before with many different things. Like I've done impersonations of the governor. I've done impersonations of different characters. And, you know, I'm not good at it. I'm not going to say I am. But, you know, I thought it'd be fun to kind of do an intro as if I was personally gay. So that, if you were ever wondering what I would sound like if I was gay and flamboyant and a little animated, that's what I would sound like. So please don't be offended by it. I feel like some people did not watch the video all the way through and hear my explanation at the end, which is that obviously, you know, not everyone fits a stereotype, and if you are homosexual, does not mean you have to be all flamboyant. Some are, but you don't have to be like that. And I feel like people just took that way the wrong way, way out of hand in terms of that particular part, and didn't listen to anything I had said past that. So, am I going to take the video down? Am I going to do anything like that? No. I mean, you know, it's supposed to be fun. This channel is for entertainment. It's for fun. We're not learning about, I don't know, medicine here or something. We're not studying here. We're just having some fun. So, if you were offended by it, please reconsider. Please think twice and realize it was not done in such a way to offend anybody. And if anybody it's making fun of, it's making fun of me. So, that said, we'll continue with the Q&A questions. And basically, I stopped last week. I had the questions video, so people asked a lot. I made a list of a good number. We answered a good number last week in Q&A part 12, so this one we'll do part 13. So the first question comes from Kylie Whitehead, and she asks, which characters have evolved the most, in my opinion? So which characters in the TV series, I assume she means TV series, have evolved the most? Because comic book series, I'd probably have to go with Rick, Andrea, you know, there's some others as well, too. Michonne's kind of been pretty similar all the way through. She hasn't really changed that much, but definitely in the comic book series, Rick and Andrea, I'd have to say, probably have changed the most. Rick going to just becoming this huge leader, which is pretty fantastic. So that's pretty cool. In the TV series version, I want to say different characters. Like, yeah, Rick has quite a bit, you know, by himself. But then you also have characters like Carol, who has evolved tremendously, maybe the most of anybody at this time, which is really strange. Who else do we have? Beth has become a lot stronger of a character. You know, her outlook has changed from the beginning of the series. Suicidal to where she's at right now, fighting for her life, and also optimistic, which is a big change, a lot of character development. And, you know, many of the others have as well, too. Daryl's changed a lot, obviously, with the loss of his brother and all that, continuing on. And, you know, pretty much everybody in the group has evolved. But if I had to pick a couple standouts, I would say definitely Carol, Beth, Rick, and everybody else as well too has become better at surviving and become tougher. Glenn as well too. Him and Maggie, their relationship has changed them a lot and helped them to evolve a lot to want to live in a zombie apocalypse. So that's pretty cool. So good question. Thank you, Kylie. Next question is also going to be from Scarred Mind. This dude, I think it's a dude, asked me some really, really great questions, so I had to note them. This one is, Trev, do you think we will see a whole season set at the Alexandria safe zone like we did with the prison? Yes, great question, and yes, I think we will. I think we'll see a few. I think we'll see like maybe I want to say as many as 3 to 4 seasons where it's a central location. There'll be other stuff going on in other spots as well too, but it'll be a kind of a safe zone, a home, a safe haven, just like the prison was, and you'll have characters going out a lot and filming in other spots, but you'll always kind of have that as a core home for the group. So I definitely think we'll see more than the prison, actually. I think Alexandria will see for longer, and we'll see more of it, and it should be really, really cool. Next question comes from, I think, Cortez. And he says, what would have happened if the governor had ran into Morgan rather than Lilly? Okay, so what would have happened if the governor by himself ran into Morgan? Man, that's a tough one. Who would? That's kind of like you're almost asking who would win type of thing. Well, at that time, the governor was in a state where he didn't even seem to really want to live. He didn't really seem to care. He didn't really want to, anything, right? So in that, with regards to that, I would have to say that I'd probably have to go with Morgan, as Morgan probably would get the upper hand on him. As tough as the governor was with his whole group and everything, we got to see he's not the best in terms of attacking. So like we saw against the prison and all that, twice, I guess, because he didn't really win either match, so to speak, and he did have a tank. So against Morgan one-on-one, I'd have to go with the governor, I'd have to go with Morgan, even though the governor's really tough. I think Morgan would take him down without too much of a fight. So yeah, good question. Thank you. Next question is from Goku Hylton, if that is your real name. It's probably not, but anyway, it's a cool name. And he asks, if The Walking Dead was a movie, would you use the TV, or would you like to see the TV cast or a new cast? Well, actually, the thing with The Walking Dead is that it's done so well as a TV series, I wouldn't want to see it as a movie. I wouldn't want to see it at all as a movie, because in a movie, you're only going to have somewhere between an hour and a half and 3 hours tops, which you almost never see in movies nowadays. Back in the days of maybe some old gangster movies like, Scarface and the others, you'd have 3-hour movies, The Godfather and that quite often. But nowadays, movies are about 2 hours is a good amount. That's long enough. They don't usually go past that. So how much can you really do in 2 hours? Unless you do like a movie every year, like once a year or every 2 years. Personally, I would much rather get 16 episodes at 40 minutes each than a movie which is only, per season, which is like one a year, which would only be a couple hours. In terms of minutes, you're like 120 minutes. 3 episodes is the equivalent of that, of The Walking Dead. And we get 16. So I feel like we're winning. Definitely with having the TV series. So I wouldn't want to see them do a movie unless it's like a finale movie like they've been talking about doing with Game of Thrones or something. Or just showing the finale of a season in theaters, which is a cool idea, and they should probably look into doing that, because I would go see it in theaters if it was in theaters. Yeah, so that said, would I use it? If they were going to do it, should they use a new cast? I think the cast of The Walking Dead is pretty much as good as you're going to get. If they were to make a movie of it, would they, like now that the series is already out and you had Frank Darabont directing at the beginning, what's the point? What would be the point be if you started it over again and made it movie form? I think if you did that, you'd probably use a new cast because you wouldn't want it to seem like the series. But, basically what I'm saying is that I'm really not all that interested in a Walking Dead movie. I think the TV series is as good as you could possibly do. I don't think it would get any better in terms of the idea of The Walking Dead, which is a long-running zombie story, not just a quick couple-hour block type thing. Yeah, now this question is really good. This is from Rene Mendez. She has some great questions as well. And she says, which is the best Walking Dead trailer? Goddamn, that's a really, really good question. Okay, so the best Walking Dead trailer, and I'll do like one more after this one, I think, or maybe two more. I want to say the Season 4 trailer. The Season 4 trailer had me so stoked, it's unbelievable. The Season 3 trailer was good too, and the Season 5 one's been pretty good, I want to say. It is decent. I was really excited for it. You guys saw my reactions and stuff. But the Season 4 trailer was just like, I don't know, it was just something else. It was longer than they usually are. It was the top video on YouTube when it was released. It was on the front page, which is rare for this type of thing. Game of Thrones gets it too sometimes because it's a big show also. But yeah, that has to be my favorite trailer for a TV series ever, is TWD Season 4, because it was like so much change had happened. You have the big spot. You had going to see the prison again, but it's totally different. You got to see so many zombies. It was so cool. And just all around, I thought the song that they used, the sound, what's that? Sharon Van Etten, Serpents? Yeah, Serpents was the name. And I actually like listening to that. I think I have that on my MP3 player when I work out. I think it's just a really, really epic trailer background soundtrack. It's just really, really epic. So the season 5 trailer has been good, but the season 4 trailer for me is like the best you're going to get. The season 3 one, I don't even remember that much, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was because the show was still growing, there wasn't that much hype for it, but I don't really remember it. I remember being excited for the governor, of course. That was a big thing for season 3. But and Merle, so yeah, that was a big one too. But season 4 for me, for some reason, is just somewhere. And actually, my videos reflect this too. If you look at the views that my reviews got for the season 4 trailer versus the season 5, season 4, my reviews and all my videos I did about it actually did better than this year's for season 5. Not that I care, but I noticed that there was more interest after that trailer than there is after the season 5 trailer. So that's something too. It's not just me, but based on the results of all the videos I make, because I do so many different ones, I can tell I'm a pretty good person to let you know where interest lies in terms of the Walking Dead online community. And I can tell you that after season 4, people were so hyped to see what they were going to bring. So, after season 3, leading into season 4. With that trailer, people were so hyped. So I would go with that one. So yeah, we'll finish it up with 2 more. Next question is from EpicVids8, and he or she says, there was a lot of talk about season 5 premiere being so brutal that some scenes were cut out. What do you think? Yeah, when we saw the trailer, when you see the guy on the table and you hear the saw going, oh man, I can 100%, I believe that rumor. I think it's legit, and I think we're going to see it on the following season's deleted scenes. There's a lot of stuff from it, because I think that with regards to the hunters, with regards to cannibalism, that's about as dark as you're going to get in the series. And that's something that they may be squeamish about putting in certain things. If they're sawing somebody up, they may want it to be in the background. They may not want to show it to us up front. So if they film some stuff like that, I can definitely see them having cut some stuff out from it, for sure, definitely. And I guess we'll make this, the last question is from AwesomeSpudzMC, and then I'll do part 14 probably sometime this week. Hopefully, if I don't get sick again, I should have it up by like Wednesday, Thursday for you guys. He or she asked, I assume it's he, who's your favorite character from Breaking Bad? Oh, that's a damn hard question to answer. Well, actually, is it? Okay. I like Saul a lot. I'm really excited for Better Call Saul. I like Jesse Pinkman a lot. He's funny. Badger's funny. Skinny Pete's funny. Gus Fring's a great bad guy. Jack was a great bad guy. Todd was pretty intense in terms of like a serial killer. And then, of course, you had Skyler and the others. And Dean Norris's character, he was awesome. Uncle Hank, Hank Schrader. So he's a great man. That is a tough question. But overall, Walter White, yeah, I think so. Walter White is he's an epic character, man. He's a character that he transcends that series. He's probably one of the best characters AMC's ever had. He's right up there with Rick Grimes. And if you guys saw that epic rap battles, Walter White versus Rick Grimes, you guys remember that? You can still watch it online if you want. I did a review for that too as well. And yeah, he's a super epic character, and I think he's really, really interesting. I love his development. I love Bryan Cranston's performance as him. I love kind of his progression and where he finishes off and how he dies. Did I just spoil the hell out of it? I did. I can't cut it now. Well, it's been over for a while. You guys know. But his life and death all the way through the series, pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. So yeah, Walter White for sure. So that's it for this Q&A for this one, guys. As you can see right here, got the Daryl poster up now. I'm going to be changing out the background a little bit. This main poster here, I've had it for over a year now, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to replace it. I'm going to put the Daryl one there. I got a Zombie Rick one, which is really cool, which I'm going to put here. And then I got one over here that's like a Season 3 one that's got the governor. And it's kind of Season 4 too. It's really cool. So I'm going to update that, and let me know what you guys think about that. It should be pretty cool. I guess I'll have to ask you when it's all done. But let me know what you guys think about all of the things we talked about here. Write your comments below in the, write your comments in the comments section below. And if you guys like this video, please thumb it up below. Please help support the channel. Please share it. Please favorite it. Tell someone about it. And that's all I got to say for this one, guys. See you for the next part. It's Trev, as always, saying peace.